It is Friday night. It's the final episode of Birds of the Gridiron before the NFL draft, and that means one thing. It is time to talk birds, 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 and what's that other thing that we talk about on here?
Eagles.
Oh yeah, just more birds. So kick back, relax, because the last episode before the draft, the Birds of the Gridiron, it starts right now. Let's go. Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome into another episode of Birds of the Gridiron, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, the show that comes to you guys with all the latest Eagles talk, chatter, off-season news and rumors and all that good stuff. And as always, we are your hosts, Sam Nelson, the man who owns a Jalen Reagor and JJ Arcega-Whiteside jersey, Tyler Adams. Tyler, how are we doing tonight? He has left the building, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Adams has left the building. Well, I guess I'm doing the show solo. So, look, we got a big show for you guys
You're
tonight.
going to have to redeem yourself tonight if you want me to come back on camera.
You do not own a Jalen Reagor or JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Don't do this. You're scaring the fans. Come back. You're scaring the kid audience.
I'm going to haunt everyone from the background.
But anyway, Tyler, how we doing tonight?
Oh, can't complain. End of another week. 1 week closer to the NFL draft.
6 days, baby. 6 days. So, look, before I went on that crazy intro, which I may have revealed some secrets about my co-host, who knows? Does he own a Jalen Reagor jersey? I don't know. But anyway.
No, I just wasted money on a Miles Sanders jersey. We don't got to talk about it.
That's not wasting money.
Oh, it was.
Miles was at least somewhat productive for the Eagles.
For a year. 2 years.
He was solid throughout his tenure here, but I get your drift. So, look, big show tonight. Eagles mock draft coming later on in the show. We're going to do a live mock draft here, give our thoughts on what the Eagles could do, what we think they'll do, all that good stuff. We'll get into that. We're going to talk the latest draft visits that we have found out that the Birds have had during the pre-draft process. But the first bit of news tonight that we have is something that I just got word of this afternoon. Now, unfortunately, it's nothing new. It has to do with an old friend of ours named AJ Brown. However, there are two ties into this. So first off, we got a report today from Jeff Darlington of ESPN that the Eagles will operate in the NFL draft as if A.J. Brown will not be on the roster in 2026.
Well, it's like we've been saying that every week.
Pretty much. Well, now that, people with actual credibility talk about it and we can actually believe some people and, I'm just going to keep my opinions to myself. Now I can actually talk about it and not be annoyed by it because it's not the same tweets by the same person who has a pretty good source. Not sure if it's a football source, but a source. And, some Eagle fans still want to live in denial and believe he's going to be here. But Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson today held a personal workout at Arizona State because there have been teams, there were the reports that came out that Tyson, there's a lingering injury history with him, and he wanted to show teams and showcase that he is healthy and 100% and ready to go. There were 20 teams at his workout today, and amongst them, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ah, man.
So, so Tyler, how do you think this team is going to be approaching the draft in preparation of life without AJ Brown?
Honestly, this draft can still go either way. There's a lot of things that the team could use in the first
You
round,
don't say.
but they're not going to be able to address all of them clearly. So it's
No.
going to come down to what's more important in a first round pick for one of the voids that you need. I think it comes down to two things. I think it comes down to edge rusher or it comes down to wide receiver. I think we can find solid offensive line help in round 2, 3, 4. And I also think we can find extra safety depth in that second or third round. But this is a little telling. The Eagles going out there, taking another look at him. The problem with Tyson is that he's viewed as the second best receiver in this draft by most teams, most experts, behind Mekhi Levin. It could be possible that he falls and is available on the board when the Eagles pick at 23. I still don't know if I want that to be my pick, though. Because, Sam, if there's one thing that we've seen from these college athletes coming into the NFL, certain injuries tend to follow. And what scares me is not just a torn ACL, broken collarbone, all right, whatever, that's a freak injury. It's not a muscle related injury. And a hamstring injury. Most people would honestly be concerned about the ACL injury. I'm concerned about the hamstring. Because those don't typically just go away. You can rehab them, you can come back from them, yeah, sure. But over time, they will come back eventually.
Yeah, soft tissue injuries are always something you got to be concerned about. They could linger. But what I take out of this whole thing is that they are not unwilling to look at wide receiver early on in this draft.
Yeah, and that's my biggest takeaway from this. Not that they're looking at him, but that they are looking at wide receivers early. Because they wouldn't have went out for that workout if there wasn't part of them that felt like they needed to draft one at 23.
Yes, and because look, I don't want to take away from proven NFL players. Like I don't want to disrespect Hollywood Brown and Dontavian Wicks. I think they're going to be very productive players for the Eagles next year. But if I trade AJ Brown and my top three wide receivers are Devontae Smith, Dontavian Wicks, and Hollywood Brown, that is significantly worse.
It is.
Like that's not a team that's content thinks they still have a Super Bowl window. That's I get Dontavian Wicks possibly could be better with a more increased role. I get that. I don't know if I completely am aboard with thinking that he could just be the consensus wide receiver too.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say though, if Tyson is there in that 16 to 20 range and he's still on the board, I could definitely see a scenario where the Eagles they could strike. Howie has
It's
traded up in the over these past few NFL drafts. He drafted up for Campbell, drafted up for Jalen Carter.
My grief has nothing to do with the talent. I don't question that. I just question the long term availability for not only drafting him in the first round, but if you're talking about now giving up more capital to trade up for him, then that concerns me. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 50-50. He could play his whole NFL career and never suffer a major injury. You never know. It's just a game of chance. So the question you got to ask yourself, is there a safer option? Let's say he is still on the board in that range. Let's say, what if Carnell Tate's still on the board at that
That
range?
ain't happening.
No. There's
Arno
probably
Tate will not be anywhere
five
near
different
that.
teams that'll take him in the teens. Every team could use him, but there's probably 5 teams that'll definitely draft him.
He's probably going in the top 10.
Top 10? Ooh,
There are people that view him as the wide receiver one in this draft.
really? It's very close between the three of them. Between Tyson, Lemon, and Tate. But then there's just a lot of good wide receivers in this draft in general.
There is. There's a lot of depth. There are some areas in this draft where there's plenty of depth. Wide receiver is one of them. Safety, there's some solid depth. Edge rusher, it's ridiculous. Everything else is kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah.
But if there's a wide receiver that I'm trading up for, it ain't Jordan Tyson. And I think Jordan Tyson's a good player. But my screen name says it all. I'm going Sonny Weaver. This is Sam Nelson starring in Draft Day 2. Omar Cooper Jr. or bust. Anything else in the first round to me is a failure. You got to trade 5 first-round picks for him? You do it.
Oh, whoa. Pipe down.
I'm just kidding.
Pipe down, Sammy Cakes.
No. We will not do this here.
We will always do this. But yeah, I mean, I love Omar Cooper. No complaints at all if they were to draft him. The only one would be not having a big frame wide receiver, except for when our buddy, what's his name, Johnny Wilson, comes back.
I mean, Dontavian Wicks is like 6'2", 200.
Is he? No, he's not. Hold on.
Yes,
Is he
he is.
actually? You're lying. I don't
No.
believe you.
Okay.
I thought he was like 6 foot. He's 6'1".
He's 6'1", 206.
But still, not a. When I'm talking big frame wide receivers, I'm looking at 6'3", 6'4". Like a guy who can almost like a tight end that can go and box out a DB in a 50-50 situation.
Oh,
Now, I
Seahawks
get
don't
it.
need.
Smitty can do it at his size. He can get up there. He's got really good body control in the air. He's able to do it. And I'm not doubting Omar Cooper can do it too.
Omar Cooper's game excels after the catch. Makes a lot of defenders miss in space. Makes plays after the catch. He ain't gonna beat you downfield. He's not a burner, but he's still a very good possession wide receiver. Who
Does Cooper
I think
operate out of the slot much?
he operates on the outside.
Outside. So the question is Wicks our slot guy? Where does Hollywood Brown fit in?
I think that's the point of having so many wide receivers, that you just stack guys up anywhere and just make it work. That's the point of having 4 quality wide receivers that you could get beat by, because the problem is, over the past couple of years with this offense, it's been A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and that's it. Jahan Dotson didn't scare anybody. Johnny Wilson didn't scare anybody.
Yeah.
I don't even know who else was a wide receiver on this team over the past 4 years. So,
Well, we still got to watch out for what's the Cooper that is on our team.
okay, yes,
I mean,
I love.
Yeah, I get it. You know, he
Yep.
could be poised in a bigger role for breakout. He showed a lot of potential.
Yeah. So
In
did
that
Travis
limited,
Fulgham. So did Travis Fulgham for
God,
5 weeks.
yeah. The Travis Fulgoat days. We'll never forget those.
Guys are out there making T-shirts for him.
Got to cover that in the early 609 days.
No, I don't want to remember that.
Love that.
I'm done with the undrafted camp freaking Warriors who just perform well
Oh,
against.
hold on. I can't let you fully go on that one, because there was one pretty solid one that just got paid to go to Houston. Put some respect on Reed Blankenship.
Reed wasn't a camp warrior, though. Reed had to step in, and in his very first part of game action in his NFL career, he picked off Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hey, you don't know his work ethic. You know?
Oh, he has a.
Maybe he does go into camp and he outworks a lot of guys. Outworks Hollywood Brown, maybe Wicks. I doubt that with the money that they
hold
gave
on.
Wicks.
If they were so confident in Darius Cooper, they wouldn't need to have signed Hollywood Brown and traded for Dontavian Wicks. So they've told you what they think
I
about
don't
this.
know. Hollywood Brown could have been a camp body. You never know.
Not for $6.5 million, he ain't.
Well, how much of that's guaranteed?
Doesn't matter. They're not paying him. They're not paying him $6.5 to $8.5 million to come in and be a camp body. Elijah Moore is a camp body.
Yeah.
Jesus Christmas. God, we love one thing we love in Philly. We love backup quarterbacks and fifth string players who stink. But they have a great final preseason game against practice squad players, so that ultimately makes you a great player.
Wow. Man, these are some big words coming from the number one John Hightower fan.
John Hightower stunk. Actually, no. Unlike Darius Cooper, John Hightower got drafted.
It was probably a little too high.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have gotten drafted at all, actually.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
Fighting Philly's feeling he's feeling a Howie masterclass.
I feel every year's a Howie masterclass. I mean, there's a lot of ways that Howie can go in this first round here, but I think he has to look at the bigger picture. What if he doesn't go with wide receiver in the first round? What if he feels that he could find his guy in the second round?
I don't think wide receiver in the first round is even like a very realistic topic. I don't even think that they are targeting wide receiver. Well, there was Zach Berman came out with a report today that it doesn't look like Emmanuel McNeil Warren's going to be a target in the first round. So if y'all thought they were using a first rounder on a safety, I hate to mistake you, but they're not.
No. I would have liked to get him.
Yeah, but they again, I value the Eagles pre-draft visits. They haven't had a pre-draft visit with him or with Dylan Thyman, the kid from Oregon. They haven't even talked.
Maybe they just don't think they're going to be there.
I don't think they. Well, McNeil Warren could. Dylan Thyman may be there, but
You
I
know
got
who
people
my
saying
wide
that
receiver prospect is. I'm not going back on it.
he ain't getting him though.
Elijah Surratt.
Oh, oh no, I thought you were talking
Surratt.
about your wide receiver one in this draft.
No. My realistic wide receiver option that I could see the Eagles taking. I feel
Oh,
like
Elijah
Surratt's
Surratt.
a better pairing.
He could be.
He's 6'3", got strong hands. He's a good route runner, physical route runner. He could be that complement like how AJ and Devontae were.
It's very possible. And there's other guys like there's Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame. There's Chris Bell from Louisville.
Dribbling out of Ole Miss.
There's Jacoby Lane from USC. He's the one that's playing opposite of Mekhi
Yeah,
Lemon.
yeah.
There's Bernard from Alabama who plays opposite of Ryan Williams.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
A
lot of
lot of
wide
options.
receivers.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see. It would have to be a prospect of theirs that fell way too far to 23 for them to go wide receiver in the first round.
I think we kind of know where they're going in the first round.
They're taking an O lineman.
Yeah. Look, may not be a tackle, but they're taking somebody.
Yeah.
Now, look, we're gonna do an exclusive Eagles mock draft toward the end of the show, guys. And I'm just saying this right now. I will overly rudely kick you off this show if you think for a second we're picking Caden Proctor.
I'm just gonna misclick on them just to piss you off.
We're not. We're canceling. We are trading the rest of our draft picks. Trade them all. But no, like I don't see a receiver. The only honest option I see as a receiver, if he's there, is Kenyon Sadiq.
Mm.
Now, if Sadiq is in that 16 to 20 range,
If he starts if he's there like 16, I feel like Howie will probably start getting them thoughts in his head.
Take 23, maybe one of
Yeah.
the third rounders this year, maybe a second next year.
Because I mean, he could also now nothing's set in stone, but he can also go into that with the thought process of I'm going to get draft capital back for AJ for next year's draft, which should be a first, and hopefully maybe he gets a third bundled in with it too.
Somebody asked a ridiculous question. Would you take like a 2027 second and a 2028 first for AJ?
You know,
I wouldn't have any
while
issue
it
with it.
does push it back a little bit, a first round pick's a first round pick. And 2028 really is not that far away as you might think.
Nah.
It comes up quick. And trust me, with the way that this team builds through the draft and how sometimes you can't keep all your star players, those extra first round picks will definitely help out a lot.
Yeah, so honestly, if I'm offered a package like that, I'm probably going to take it. Because I think we just need to all sit there and stop sipping the Kool-Aid. AJ Brown will not be suiting up for the Eagles again.
No.
The time has come. He doesn't want to be here. I'll never understand his desire to not want to be here.
Sam, you should know his desire. It's not what he wants to be the guy. The only guy. He doesn't want to share spotlight, doesn't want to share statistics. It wants to be all him or all nothing.
Yeah, and look, and you guys can all come on. You can defend him, say, "Oh, well, he didn't during the freaking parade. He didn't say that. He said he didn't care about stats." Yeah, well, guess what? From how he sounded this year, that's a whole different tune now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different tune from then. So guess what? The guy's again over 1,000 yards every year. He's going to the playoffs every year. He's won a ring, and he still wants out. Anthony, I'm okay if Keyshawn Boutte was part of that trade.
I, think about the current state of the wide receiver room and thinking about the possibility of drafting a wide receiver in one of the first 3 rounds. Do you still think it would be smart to add him into that? Because if we're talking about why did the Eagles trade for Wicks, do they see something in him? He didn't get a lot. He didn't get a lot of targets in that offense. So what are we just going to rebuild the Packers wide receiver room with like 6 different wide receivers that all share playing time?
No, because Devontae Smith is more talented than any one of the Packers
Oh
wide
yeah,
receivers.
clearly. But I'm talking about the rest of them because then you got to make sure. Oh, you make sure Booty gets time on the field and gets touches.
Now hold on. If they draft one, and if they draft one, I don't think they're going to ask for a wide receiver back in the trade. If they did, though, then I see the scenario of Hollywood Brown not making the team. Because Howie likes to do that.
That makes more sense.
Because what does Howie always say? He will never go into a draft based off of a need. He takes the best player available. The Eagles this year technically really don't need to draft an offensive lineman. They got their starting 5 for the year. But when your starting center is coming off a stem cell treatment because he could barely walk since the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and your right tackle is 36 years old and about to call it a career, and your left guard is contemplating retirement to where he took an entire year off of his contract, you got to start looking ahead of those things.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out Restream. I liked how Restream now darkens the comment after you click on it.
I thought something was wrong, but I that's nice to know. It's a new feature.
I mean, it highlights it back if I click back on it and put it back. So I think it's just a way of like keeping track of which ones we've read. So I like that.
That's awesome.
E-Money, what's up, brother? Always go Birds, man. Thanks for checking out the show, E-Money. We appreciate you. E-Money, I need your thoughts. First round, where are we doing? O-line, wide receiver, edge rusher. What we doing? I need your opinion.
Safeties that they didn't meet with. Maybe they just knew that they were so good they didn't need to sit down with them.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't need to talk to these guys.
Yeah.
But again, the Eagles usually do. The Eagles haven't drafted a player that they did not meet with since 2019. Do you remember who that player was?
The bum offensive tackle. What was his name?
Andre Dillard.
Andre Dillard. You own an Andre Dillard jersey, right?
I do. No. Give Jeff Stoutland a lot of credit for that with Jordan Mailata, because guess what? Jason Peters was on the way out. Andre Dillard could have set you back 10 years.
Oh, man.
Thank God Jordan Mailata. Thank God for Jordan Mailata, man.
Thank goodness he wanted to learn how to football.
Oh, he learns how to football, all right. I need a big year back from the big Aussie. I need a big year from Mailata.
Sam, you want to know something funny? You know who one of the offensive tackles pro comps to Mailata is?
Please tell me it's Monroe Freeling. Oh, you stop it.
Caden Proctor.
Oh, dear God.
We'll get a baby Mailata opposite of him for the future.
I just don't think he is a full-time tackle in the NFL. I just don't think. I think he's more as a guard. And if I'm going to take a guard, I'd rather just go draft one later.
You know, what did everyone say about Cooper DeJean? Can't play corner at the NFL level. Most teams are going to draft him and convert him to safety. Why, he's the best damn slot corner in the NFL. And honestly, if you put him on the outside, he'd probably be up there on the outside too.
He is a solid outside corner in spurts, but I wouldn't put him as a full-time corner on the outside. There's still some things that an outside corner needs to be able to do, and he doesn't possess all of those traits. But
No, that wasn't the point. That wasn't the point. The point was
okay,
everyone going into that draft said he can't play corner at the NFL level. He'd be an amazing safety, though.
and now look, I'm not saying that Proctor can't be a solid guard, but he's I'm not. There's one guard in the first round that I'm taking, and we know who it is.
Yes, Sam, we know. Well, that's the difference. That's Proctor's still technically a tackle. He's a
Yes,
multi-year starter at tackle.
and I wouldn't take him over my other 4 or 5 tackles in this draft.
Not saying he's the best, not the best tackle prospect, but he's up there.
I think a lot. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people you notice how this year we're really all talking ourselves into first round offensive linemen. I feel because we are going into the new era of Chris Cooper as the offensive line coach. I'm not saying we don't trust Chris Cooper, but I don't know. I don't know how
He's
many
not
7th
Scotland.
round. Yeah, are we getting another Jordan Mailata out of Chris Cooper? Is he going to draft a guy who's barely played a snap of football and develop him?
Yeah,
I'm not
I get
saying.
what you mean. Are we gone from the days where we can take a tackle in the 6th round and turn them into a starter in like 2 years?
Yeah, like perfect examples. We took Cameron Williams last year out of Texas, and a lot of people said he would have been a top 5 pick if he would have went back to school for a year. I think the hope was, well, hey, maybe he left early and Stoutland can do it. Could Chris Cooper do it? I don't know.
Hopefully.
And like I said, it's not that I'm not knocking Chris Cooper. I'm not going to come out here and say that, our offensive line stinks now. I don't know yet. I haven't seen him coach this offensive line yet.
Yeah. You haven't seen him coach or have anyone to develop yet, so we don't know.
I understand that Viking fans can tell me that, he wasn't good in Minnesota. The Vikings offensive line has stunk for years outside of Christian Darrisaw, and when they finally tried to fix it this past year, it got hampered by injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying he can't be a good offensive line coach, but I've known 3 offensive line coaches my entire life. Castillo, Howard Mudd, Jeff Stoutland. By the way, Howard Mudd, GOAT. That man could barely walk, and he was on the sideline freaking jumping up and down with players. That man was a GOAT. R.I.P. Love me some Howard Mudd. But no, I think offensive line is it's going to be the pick. No matter what. I think it's going to be the pick. I don't think there's anything else.
It is, because it's a very safe pick, too, because Lane's retiring. Dickerson might retire after this year as well. You got a center who's gone through hell and is trying to get healthy. Taking all those things into consideration, and with how many good first-round prospects there are at tackle and guard in this draft, it just makes sense to take one of them.
Anthony, that's why the reports are coming out that they are going to approach the draft as if A.J. Brown is already gone. The cap hit's going to happen regardless, but if they do it after June the 1st, it can be lower than what it would be by doing it now.
Yeah.
They're going to have to trade him regardless. It's just they're going to wait to do it after June 1st so the cap hit is lower and can be spread out more. So it doesn't hurt them as much. Like right now, the Eagles have $34 million in cap space. I find it funny that they haven't done anything with it. Mm-hmm. They're preparing themselves to have to eat the cap hit for A.J. Brown.
Howie's making a cushion.
Yeah, Listen, the rest of the league can act like the Eagles are done. Howie Roseman is usually about 2 steps ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, Anthony, regardless, it's going to happen. And we are just trying to prepare Eagle fans who are still in denial. Well, he really hasn't said anything. Guys, every insider you can think of has said it.
The fact that he's not talking about it anymore, I feel like it's already set in stone.
Yeah, I think this was agreed to months ago, and the guy was asking to be traded 3 weeks into the season. 3 weeks after watching a banner drop in his stadium that he helped win, and he wanted out of here. Okay. Okay. Remember,
This
guys,
wasn't about AJ Brown.
well, I'm going to say it one more time, guys. Social media exists. Instagram is a thing. I won a Super Bowl a week ago, and it did nothing for me. That's all you need to know. I needed nothing else. I have never heard of somebody in my life telling me that a Super Bowl did nothing for him. Anthony, I see no truth behind that whatsoever.
What scientific evidence do they have to prove that it was the tush push? The dude was a center in the NFL
An undersized
and
center.
a undersized and mobile. He got after people. He was not a very, let's say, play it safe kind of guy. And I loved it about him. He was aggressive. That's what made it work with him being an undersized center. He was a dog. But there is not a shred of evidence that would link those two things.
Yeah, I don't know if that's no.
But
Yeah, I don't.
is this even a thing that Jason Kelsey does have CT?
I think he even said a while back that he was concerned that he may have had it. I think he said a while back he was concerned that he may have had it. But again, like we said, he's a smaller center that was banging his body around 300-pound defensive lineman his whole career.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, dude, playing on either of those lines, that's the most violent position on that football field.
Yeah, because I I didn't even know there was a report that that was a thing. Like I knew a while back. It was kind of right after they started New Heights that I
Mm,
recall. I think him saying that he kind of feared one day that he would be diagnosed with it. But I never saw anything to have to do with about the tush push. The only guy I've ever really seen get hurt from the tush push was Lane last year, but he suffered a stinger.
yeah.
But again, that right there. Oh, we gotta ban it. Gotta ban it. I think we're past the tush push anyway. I think it's just I'm just over the play.
Yeah, I think that died well into last year, very early.
Yeah, I've been done with it for a while. I think it's just like I said. I think it was just lazy at some points. I think Nick
Yeah.
and them were just getting lazy instead of being creative. They just kept going to the same
They,
damn thing.
yeah, they, it got too much. I will say, if it comes down to a situation where you are on the goal line, like I'm talking 1 yard to go, not two, not three, 1 yard to go, I still wouldn't mind seeing it because it was effective. But do I need to see it 3 times in a row to gain 3 yards to get a first down? No, that's just too much.
This is interesting. What if the Eagles draft Sadiq and start running more of the passing offense through the tight end position?
That would be a first, but I would love to see that.
I mean, it's definitely an option. I mean, again, with Sean Mannion, this offense, we don't know how they're going to operate it. I've heard there are reports that some in the Eagles organization think Devontae Smith could have a JSN type of leap next year. Not saying he's going to be as good as JSN. Don't you all start putting words in my mouth. But
Who says he
they
isn't more
believe
talented than Jason?
we don't know. I mean, I think we do know that he could be just as productive if he was the main focal point. People need to understand. Devontae Smith was still putting up 800 to 1,100 yard seasons next to AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith put up 957 yards in his rookie year. Would have had 1,000 if Mr. Resting my starters every last week of the season would have let him play. He probably would have got to 1,000. He was the number one wide receiver when the number two was Jalen freaking Rager.
Yeah. Tell me how that works. Jalen
Yeah,
Stinking Rager.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the wide receiver 3 was Quez Watkins, so that's even worse.
Yeah. Dark times. Oh, and not to mention, he won the Heisman college, Something very few wide receivers can ever say.
Yeah. And again, whether Devontae comes in here as the wide receiver 1 and puts up 1,300 yards, heck, he may only put up 1,000 yards. They are still going to rely on a solid run game with Saquon and Tank Bigsby next year. They're still going to try to rely on being a run-first team. That honestly is the reason why they've been able to win so many games over the past 5 years. They have always been a dominant run-first team. Anthony, if they do, it's going to be late. Because here's the thing. They got Andy Dalton here. I think they got Dalton because in case there was a team that said, hey, we'll give you this for Tanner McKee. Not only that, do you think they're going to re-sign Tanner McKee? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think they're kind of holding out hope still to try and flip McKee.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying
for maybe like a fourth or fifth.
Yeah, like that. Somebody said that the Jets called and they asked for a second. Hold on a second. Hold up. Howie's a sick SOB.
Howie's like, hold on, the New York Jets. Let's see here.
Let's see how good of this
looks nice.
Let's see how good at this I really am. But Anthony, I could see them drafting one. I don't know where, but even if they don't draft one high, Anthony, leave me alone.
He's holding out hope, Anthony. He's holding
I
out
will
hope.
watch my 35-year-old catcher single to center field since he's the best hitter on the second best hitter on the team right now. But yeah, Anthony, I don't think they'll draft one early, but I do see them drafting one to kind of restart the backup quarterback carousel to have somebody on a new rookie contract for 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to think of what are some options.
Diego Pavia.
I want a young quarterback, sir, not a 40-year-old.
You don't want a quarterback that's older than our starter?
Some potential options, maybe. Hey, Klubnik. What about that one?
Klubnik, yeah. It is what it is. I mean, we're just talking about backup at this point. And honestly, probably not even going to be the main backup. We're probably talking about.
I hope he may be on the practice squad to start the year, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to put too much much stock into it. Honestly, I don't even think they draft one this year.
I think they do. I think they draft one later.
Unless if they expect to move McKee. I don't think they do.
But here's the other thing. Andy Dalton and I believe Tanner McKee are both free agents at the end of the year.
So then you draft one
next year. No, you have to draft one now, and then you have one on the roster.
They don't have to do anything.
Tyler, the starting quarterback isn't even guaranteed to be on the team after this year.
Yeah. All right, we're going to draft Athen Kaliakmanis from Rutgers.
Oh, good Lord. I said a quarterback, not a passer of the football.
Did you just say a passer of the football?
That's basically what a Rutgers quarterback is. They pass the ball to the other team a very lot.
So Jameis Winston before he got LASIK.
What's Jameis Winston been since after LASIK?
A bench player. He's never got a chance to start since then.
But I'm not
Except for his
talking like Cade Klubnik's going to go late because he is what he is. Jalen Daniels out of Kansas, he kind of almost is the similar to Jalen Hurts. Taylon Green from Arkansas, I have seen him. He is way too inconsistent of a passer.
Luke Altmaier. I think he's going to go higher than the Eagles should look, though.
His physical limitations kind of hinder his future in the pros. I don't mind Altmaier though. I really enjoyed watching him at Illinois. So honestly, if he's there in like the 6th, I may take it. I may take a gander. Get out of here.
Had to make sure the comment got pinned.
It was going to go. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the idea of Altmaier. Actually, I kind of like that. All right. Shall we get up to date with our Eagles draft visits?
Oh, let's hear it.
Now, I say draft visits because I have 3 on here this week that are not top 30. The Eagles held their local pro day this week, so these will count as local visits. And the 3 local visits were Penn State center Nick Dawkins, who I believe I reported as a visit earlier on in the process, but the visit occurred this week at the local pro day. So he is the son of course, former Sixers legend Daryl Dawkins, if anyone wants to know that. There are 2 more Penn State players on this list. The next one is their offensive tackle, Drew Shelton. And the other Penn State player that participated in the local pro day and met with the team, Penn State running back
K-Tron out.
Nicholas Singleton.
Damn it.
That's why I did. I got the suspense.
Why? Why must you do this?
Because they already have K-Tron out on their team. It's Tank Bigsby.
They only got tanked for another year.
Okay. Well, yeah, how many Penn State running backs do you want on this team?
You know what? Bring back Miles. Just for you.
Oh, dear God.
Just for you, Sam.
But so the recent visits that have been reported are, of course, Drew Shelton, Nicholas Singleton, Oregon tight end, Kenyon Sadiq,
Mm-hmm.
LSU tight end, Bauer Sharp,
Okay.
Duke center, Brian Parker, Alabama offensive lineman, Caden Proctor, Oklahoma edge rusher, R. Mason Thomas, UCF edge rusher, Malachi Lawrence. So 2 of the premier edge rushers in the draft have visited in the past, in recent weeks. And Utah tight end, Dalen Bentley. So that is our updated list of Eagles visits.
All right.
I'm very happy
to definitely getting a tight end in this draft somewhere.
Oh, they have to.
Oh, I know.
I don't think they have a choice not to. Dallas Goedert's only going to do
so
many more one. He's only going to do so many more one-year deals.
The last one-year deal Dallas Goedert's going to do.
Dallas Goedert, I mean, dude, how many more years are we going to keep playing the 1-year game? And he keeps taking pay cuts.
Uh-huh.
Like, how many more years this are we going to do? But so that's our latest updates of visits. So a full list of players the Eagles met with during the pre-draft process. I'm going to read them off all real quick. They met with Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper, Penn State defensive end Dennis Sutton, South Carolina defensive back Jalen Kilgore, Penn State offensive lineman Vega Ioane, Texas Tech defensive end Romello Height, Penn State offensive lineman Nick Dawkins, Louisville wide receiver Chris Bell, Memphis offensive tackle Travis Burke, but I believe he ended up canceling his top 30 visit due to a scheduling issue. So I believe he had a virtual meeting with the team. And Miami offensive tackle Markel Bell. And then, of course, the rest are San Diego State corner Chris Johnson, Arizona defensive back Traden Stukes, Oregon offensive tackle Isaiah World, Boston College offensive lineman Jude Bowery. That sounds like a football player's name. Utah offensive tackle Caleb Lemieux. I hope that's how you pronounce his last name.
Lemieux.
Ole Miss wide receiver. Apparently, wide receiver.
All right, new position here.
Ole Miss wide receiver Deshaun. I can't talk now.
Deshaun Stradling.
Yes, Jesus.
Is it a Z in there?
Yes.
Is, right? Yeah. Dijon. He's the real Dijon.
What? No, yeah, he's a great wide receiver. Apparently.
Yeah.
Texas A&M guard Chase Bizanis and Texas Tech wide receiver Caleb Douglas. And then, of course, I just mentioned, Sadiq, Singleton, Parker, Shelton, Bauer Sharp, Caden Proctor, Thomas, and Lawrence, the edge rushers. So that's who the Eagles met with during the pre-draft process. And I'm sure there's more that I missed, but I try to do a pretty good job of keeping all the freaking guys there. That was a lot.
One I wanted to circle back to, Travis Burke, 6'9". My gosh. Talk about blocking the sun out. Jalen might not be able to see over him. That might not work. Definitely don't get him on the Vikings.
Oh, dear. But yeah, so like I said, I'm sure there have been others that I probably missed on a few, but those are notable. What are most of the players the Eagles met with during the pre-draft process? All right, Tyler, are we ready for the main event?
I believe we are.
All right, let's kick into an Eagles exclusive 2026 mock draft.
Oh, yeah.
Let's pull up that draft simulator and let's have some fun. Let's get our Eagles fans ready for this.
All right. So let's get this ready here. All 7 rounds. Picking for the Birds.
Let's see where this.
So I'm just curious, real quick, to see
who
came off the board already. All right, usual suspects: Mendoza, Reese, Bailey, Love,
Styles, Moaga, Tate,
Downs, Bain, Delane, Fano.
Spencer Fano went.
Lemon. Looks like Freeling's still available. Is he? Oh no, yeah. he got drafted.
No, he didn't. He's still available.
Is he?
It literally says draft.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
we'll go. Let's go back up and let's go back to all and let's just pick from available players.
Let's see. Wait.
There we go. All right, so let's see what's available. Freeling's available. Dylan Thyman, Messidor, Blake Miller, Lemieux. Oh, there's a lot. I'm done after Kate.
Wow.
After TJ Parker, there ain't nothing else down there I'm taking.
So, this is tough because Freeling, that'd be a home run pick. Honestly, I know they didn't do any visits with him. He would be day one starter on that defense.
I know. And we could recreate the exciting whites.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Uh,
What a quick turnaround. And that, but Messidor.
and
I
I
talked
like
about them needing edge rush help. Man, that could really be beneficial.
I know, but I mean, come on, man. Do you
Howie
really think
loves
they're
his
gonna
pass rushers. But then
if Monroe
Conception was there too.
do you really think Howie Roseman would pass up on Monroe Freeling?
Now, he'd look at that as that's my future Lane replacement. There's one thing that's set in stone. Lane Johnson will be retiring after this season. So if there's a chance for him to draft Monroe Freeling, that's where he's going.
And again, he just used a second round pick last year on Makuba. I don't think he's going to go high again for a safety. I also think there's more depth at edge rusher than, and also I don't think Messidor's quite the best fit for this system.
Okay.
So I think he actually kind of translates better into a 4-3 defensive end instead of a 3-4 edge. I know what I'm doing. I'm taking if I'm the one, I'm taking Monroe Freeling.
I'm glad there's no time limit.
Yeah, because we would have had to have handed our pick over. Wait, did you? Yeah, get out of here.
You sure you don't want to explore the trades?
No.
All right, so with our pick number 54.
See, I hate this stuff so much because Caleb Banks is not going to be here in the second round. Oh, some good interior offensive linemen too. Oh God.
There are. Jacob Rodriguez. Yep, draft.
We don't need. That's the unfortunate. We don't need that.
Oh no, man.
Eli Stowers is there.
I think Stowers would be a good fit for a Dallas Goedert replacement in the future.
Keep going down. Let's see what else is still available here.
Dunker.
Oh, there's your boy. Josiah Trotter.
Any relation?
That's his brother.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's literally his brother. That's Jeremiah Jr.'s brother. That's literally his other son. It's a shame we don't need another linebacker.
Alan said, get a huge tight end available.
What's up, Alan? Good evening, brother.
There's your boy. Dennis Sutton.
Max Clare's there, too.
There's Surratt. It'd be a little early to take Surratt, but I don't think he'd be available for round 3.
And we have 2/3. All right, so if we take Stowers, we can always address edge and receiver in the 3rd round because we have 2 3rd-round picks.
I kind of want to go Stowers because they need an answer. And if Stowers is available at 54, I feel like that's kind of a steal.
All right, let's go Eli Stowers there.
Let's do it.
Oh, get out of here.
Get out of here. All right. So, 68.
Dunker's still there.
Dunker's still there. We might have to take Dunker, man.
Let's keep going to see what's still available down there.
Dennis Sutton's still there. I mean,
so okay. So
all right, if AJ Brown's gone from the Eagles next year, I think you got to take Surratt in the 3rd round. This is kind of where I view him ending up. I just don't know if it's going to be to the Eagles in the 3rd round or if another team's going to take him.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take the risk.
I sold you.
I'll screw myself out of denied Dennis Sutton. Let's go Elijah Surratt. Damn it.
Remember, Sam, we're not Penn State University over here.
Get out of here. Are you sure we're not?
We're Georgia Bulldog Nation.
All right. Let's see what we're looking with here. Oh, we take Garrett Nussmeier.
Oh, brother, please. No. I'm not drafting a quarterback in the 3rd round.
I'm kidding.
Oh, man. So let's see. What have we got so far? We went tackle with Freeling. We went Stowers at tight end, Surratt at wide receiver.
We need to. This has to be either a safety or an edge rusher.
Yeah. Not
Go over to
interior,
edge.
not corner. Yeah, I think we got to start filtering this here. Kate Curry.
Damn him.
I'll be honest, I am not too familiar with these guys.
This is the all right. So edge rusher
Let me
kind of
see
went
if
a
I can.
little.
Yeah, let me see if I can do a little bit of quick research here on any of these guys. Let's see. Caden Curry, Max Luan.
Aiden Curry would be a solid pick there, honestly.
Caden Curry,
Well, hold on.
11
Let's.
sacks, 16 and a half tackles for loss. Versatile player.
Now go to safety. Let's see what's available at safety.
Hopefully, there's some more depth here. Kilgore. Ski
Oh,
Wheatley. Oh, wait.
okay.
They even have the Eagles as a team fit for Kilgore.
And
Oh,
Kilgore
man.
met with the Eagles, so that's
Ooh. Did Wheatley ever meet with the Eagles?
no. But
No.
the problem is with Wheatley is he kind of plays that center field safety position, but that's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
that's not going to happen.
Makuba. That's
That's not
Makuba.
I
Okay,
think it's Kilgore.
you know what? He's going to trade for Jonathan Grenard anyway. We don't need
Oh,
to draft one yet.
geez. I mean, yeah, Kilgore. Are you sure we don't have to draft one yet?
Kilgore is a
Oh, you do
versatile
want to
DB
draft
that they
Kilgore.
yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, he's that run support safety that you want.
Well,
Like
he
you
can
said,
play all over the
Yeah,
field.
Makuba's your safety net over the middle, over the top. Yeah, Kilgore. Oh, dude, let Fangio get his hands on him. All right, we're filling the gaps. All right,
Right.
on four. We're at 114 now. Let's
So
just
yeah,
check
go
out
back to
all
best.
real quick. Let's see what we're looking like. That's Kiwi still there.
Jonah Coleman still on the board? Yeah, someone needs to be fired.
Hmm.
All right. You know, we could use some interior help on the O line.
We could.
Logan Jones from Iowa was a pretty damn good one, and that was up there still.
Logan Jones out of Iowa. Yeah, I've seen his name, and then even this guy, Jake Slaughter.
Well, that's a football name right there.
Here's the name. That's up there with Gennings Dunker.
Who ironically went to Iowa.
And I think Jake Slaughter, he's the number one center, but he could be moved anywhere on the interior.
I feel like almost any center can play both.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You want to go with Slaughter here?
Um,
Or you want to go Logan Jones? Or you want to look back? Or do we want to go back over to edge rusher again and revisit that for the
oh
12th time?
man, do we? Because
We
I
haven't
feel,
even.
oh man, I feel like we're missing out now.
Keep going.
Tyreek Sapp, he related to Warren. I'll take him if so.
Oh,
Who do you see?
Malachi Kamara from Indiana.
Kamara from Indiana. Let's see if I can find anything on him real quick.
He played at Indiana. That's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah. Valid point. Valid point. If Howie's gonna go the route of I don't know. I mean, out of I'm looking at like the position rankings. Oh, there's a lot of guys higher than him. Not saying they're going to pan out better, but just weighing everything overall, there's guys that are better than him, like Sapp, Mason Rager from Wisconsin.
Scroll back up. Let me see what we have in front of it here.
How about George Gums?
What?
Max Lulin. I feel like I haven't seen anything about him.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea what a Max Llewellyn is. Couldn't tell you.
Where's he go to? Iowa?
Uh, yes.
Okay, why is that not popping up with my phone? Why can't I find his name?
Hmm. Did they
Hmm.
just add in a creative player?
Yeah, right? Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Does this guy exist? Let's just do a quick Google search. That'll
I got
help.
it right here. He had 6 sacks last year in 13 games at Iowa.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about him.
There ain't much outside
I
of
don't know
that.
what boards he's climbing up that he's under the suggested here, but what I'm seeing, he's not ranked higher than some of the names on this board.
Now, Nadane Tucker, that went to Western Michigan, had 14 and a half sacks last year.
What conference does Western Michigan play in?
I don't care. It's the NIL era.
Oh gosh. I mean, we should care because who's that guy that we drafted late last year who had like 20 sacks or something crazy at, was it Virginia Tech?
I don't know. We're not going to base it off right now. We need an edge rusher.
We
So,
do. Um. All right,
oh my God,
hold on. One moment, please.
dear God.
Oh, Tyreek Sapp has no relation to Warren Sapp. Never mind, not drafting him. Do you want to just go Kamar? Championship pedigree.
I don't like the body doesn't scream Fangio edge rusher.
Well, apparently, the team fit is the Eagles. I see the Eagle logo down there, so
Wait, what round are we in?
we're in round 4, pick 114. So like we're getting through it right now.
I don't know. I like the kid from Western Michigan too.
Hmm.
So yeah, 14
What
and a
edge
half sacks
rushers did
last
the
year.
Eagles meet with again?
Oh my
Are
God.
there any
The ones
available
that
still?
no, they're all gone.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
Out.
we are not Howie Roseman. We may have messed up.
I think we're doing fine.
You know what? Forget edge rusher. We don't need an edge rusher.
Yeah, don't take the guy with 14 and a half sacks. That's fine, Tyler. That's just fine.
All right. You know what? We'll take the guy with 14 and a half sacks and we'll pair him next to the other guy that had 20 and a half sacks. And then together, they'll both be on the practice squad.
One's a 4th rounder, one was a 7th rounder.
Fair enough. You know what? We're doing the trade.
All right, so this is where, all right, round 4, this is where I could look at some interior O linemen.
Well, let's see. Oh, we're going to have to go look. There aren't many best available.
Bo
Keegan
Stevens is
Trough.
there.
He's a name I've seen pop up a few times.
Bo Stevens is another one that's actually pretty solid here. Drop us down a little more. Let's see what else we got. I ain't touching nobody from Michigan State. Pat Coogan. That's another one that I wouldn't mind.
Oh wow! Look, Team Fitz Eagles again. Wow, you might be onto
I,
something, Sam.
I may have to go with Pat Coogan here.
I'm not gonna argue against it because I don't see anyone else that I would take. So yeah, let's do it. What's going on, George? We're just doing our Eagles mock draft.
All right, now we're at
Round 5, 178.
done.
Oh, Nick Singleton. All right, I'm just putting the draft in now.
Honestly,
All right, I
I'm
got to
okay
make
with that.
sure. Is what's his name not available? Did he get drafted already, or is he like projected later? There's no way, right? Is Katron
He's
Allen
not.
viewed as
No,
the
he's gone.
higher? He's okay. Yeah, he's definitely gone. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah,
Chip Trey in him? That sounds like the name of a 1 week fantasy football pickup. That'll be dropped by the next week. You know what? They're gonna need to start getting depth at running back.
they met with them.
They did meet with them. I mean, you got Saquon, who has another 2 years on his deal, but isn't it more like one because they could
Wouldn't be surprised if they
opt out
moved
of the
off from
year?
him after a certain amount of
And
time.
then you also got Tank, who's on his final year of his rookie deal. Will Shipley is
Exactly.
terrible. So
Will Shipley
honestly,
sucks.
at this point in the draft right now, Nick
That's good
Singleton,
value.
round 5, sure. Where we at? Round 6, 197.
I think this is our last pick.
Oh, we don't have a 7th rounder?
Nope.
Okay, well, let's make it count. Let's see what we got so far then. So, took Freeling. Oh, got an A+ for that, of course. Stowers, a B. I think it should be a little higher than a B. I think that was a solid pick with how the Eagles' tight end room is currently built for the future.
Yep.
Surratt, an A, yeah. Trust me, dude.
Kilgore.
Surratt's there at our 3rd round pick. I better see his name off the board. Kilgore, A+. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if he falls this far, I don't think he falls this far in the draft. That's
You may have
what
to take him. Take him at 68.
yeah. And then
All
let's
right,
see.
Tucker
Oh
is C
man,
plus.
we didn't do our
We
scouting enough for these rounds.
we did. The problem was all the available edge rushers were gone. So okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
you make it work. Singleton,
Coogan's a C.
surprised he was there.
All right, so
So
197. We have 2 options here. Let's go back up to our draft board here, and we could. This would not be a Howie Roseman draft without a defensive tackle.
and with that being said, they're taking a linebacker.
No, they're not.
All right, yeah, defensive tackle. You're right. He loves to stack up on him. I mean, Milton Williams,
The Jomo.
Jomo. I mean, you name it, he loves him. Navy, yeah. Let's draft the guy out of Navy. Let's do it.
Who else? Who else do we have down there?
Texas Tech. Jordan Vandenberg. That's a name for you. Aaron Graves. Cole Reverd. Oh, Nigeria. All right. Let's go international here.
There was a mock draft that actually had him go into the Eagles, but
I mean, hey, give anyone a Fangio to mold for his last year coaching. Why not?
he's gonna have to learn his languages.
Oh my God. Oh,
Go all the way back. Go all the way back to the.
I'm checking something real quick. Just trying to see if there's any names that I see. I see a few. I saw that the one from what was it? Skylar Gil Howard. That's one name I saw. The Vandenberg guy. James Thompson from Illinois. Yeah, other than that, we missed out on Zane Durant, unfortunately.
I was hoping he was there, but
Nick Barrett actually is kind of ranked the highest out of all these guys. His pre-draft analysis: plays with a pop, delivers powerful punch, and can knock offensive linemen off balance. Might not always finish the play. His bull rush ability enables him to create penetration in the backfield. Good job controlling his gap. I could see him being that typical Vic Fangio defensive tackle.
Albert Rodriguez is another guy that could be that type of player, I think.
What was his name again?
The one under him at A&M.
Oh, A&M. Albert Regis. Was he on the thing? Oh, he was.
It's right under it.
That's because I was looking at something different. Let's see.
Now,
Regis.
Landon Robinson is unfortunately a nose tackle. So I was thinking about it, but a nose tackle is probably not what we need right now.
No, not at all. Wrong system.
We already have one.
Anthony, we got Eli Stowers in round 2, was it? Round 2.
So, okay. I thought about
I think these two are probably safe picks. Baird or
at
Regis.
that point. At this point in the draft,
We're talking about 6th
probably
round. You're either getting really lucky or you're getting a depth piece.
let's go. We'll go Nick Barrett here. We'll take Nick Barrett and we'll just call it a day.
Let's see.
And now we're gonna have to. Yeah, now we're gonna have to wait for the whole thing.
Let's see. Oh, wait. I think we got an A+ on the Nick Barrett pick there. All right. Oh, go ahead and save.
Drop that down a little bit so I can say it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I could screenshot this and send it to you. Oh, here we go. Perfect.
I got it. All right. So that's your Birds of the Gridiron 2026 Eagles mock draft. I think, as much as I'm upset that we didn't get an edge rusher of our liking, but here's the thing: this draft has to be about replenishing the offense, and did we do that?
I'm gonna say it. I'm not too worried about our edge rushers because of Jalen Carter. Put anyone next to him and they'll be more productive because of the attention that he draws. And the same goes for Jordan Davis too. I think the guys that we have, they're going to do just fine. I think our pass rush will be just fine. I think our defense is going to be tops of the league again because of the man commanding it.
As long as we have the man commanding it, we're
the draft where you have to rebuild your offense for the future. It's no more spend big money on the offense. You got to reinvest in guys now. Freeling to replace Lane. Stowers to take over as your main tight end of the future. Surratt to hopefully fill in as a high-level wide receiver 2 next to Smitty to complement him well with his size. Kilgore, who can work his way into a starting position. Anna, you think if they got Kilgore in round 4, do you think that he would be a day 1 starter? Or do you think he'd...
98's round 3 still.
Oh, it is still... Oh, that's right. We have 2 round 3s. You're right.
And yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, that's a steal. If they get him with their 2nd, 3rd round pick, that is a steal.
And like I said this draft has to really be the focal point of getting the offense some young players on rookie contracts. And look, like you said, Monroe Freeling, Lane Johnson replacement, Eli Stowers, tight end of the future, Elijah Surratt, wide receiver 2 next to Devontae Smith, more than okay with that. Pat Coogan, a guy who I think could be a versatile piece along your offensive line. Could he play center and guard? And Nick Singleton, easily, I think, a very serviceable rotational running back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is he an RB1? Probably not, but he's still a rotational piece. Look, we saw what happens when Nick Singleton hits the hole and no one gets a hand on him.
Yep.
We watched plenty of Nick Singleton at Penn State. We saw him live together. We've watched him plenty of times. We know what he is. And then on the defensive side, look, you got at least at worst a rotational edge rusher.
Oh yeah.
You got a starting safety and you got a depth piece for your defensive line. Maybe Nick Barrett's the next Moro Ajoba.
Maybe. Because who knows? Maybe Mauro Jomo gets a ridiculous contract.
Oh, he's going to.
Yeah, he will. He will. That's not an if, but a when.
Someone's going to pay him a pretty penny. But that is your Birds of the Gridiron 2026 Eagles mock draft. I think we did a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah. I think we did a great job.
But anyway, Tyler, anything else we would like to talk about before we call it a night?
Just a couple things I want to point out. I'm just looking at like the first round picks here from the full draft. Just a couple ones to note. Jeremiah Love to the Titans. Carnell Tate to the Browns. Rest in peace, Carnell Tate. Mekhi Lemon to the Commanders. That scares me a little bit. That really does.
Well, Scary Terry ain't getting any younger.
Yeah, that is true. Who else here? Who else? Oh, no. Omar Cooper to the Rams. Please help me. Please help me. Honestly, wait. I'm going to make a case for this. With the recent maturity issues, I guess, surrounding Puka Nacua right now, and with Devontae Adams not going to be there forever, it may make sense for them to take another talented wide receiver to pair with Puka Nacua.
Yeah. But why had to be the one that I wanted?
Yeah. Well, the best part is that the Cowboys are taking Reuben Bain.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yep. Where did Vega Ioane go?
Oh, funny you brought that up. Ravens.
That's such a Ravens pick.
It is a Ravens pick, 100%.
Well, I mean, you lost Tyler Linderbaum, so you're going to have to start replenishing the interior of that O-line.
Oh, that's guess where Caden Proctor went, Sam? The Lions.
Ew.
They've lost a lot of offensive linemen. I think you're too harsh on Proctor.
Anthony, if you guys get Mekhi Lemon, you should not be upset.
Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, you should definitely not be upset if you get Lemon.
George, great. we know he'll be a help. We just like to make a joke.
Needed for Sanders, so you might want to draft Tate, wrap him up in bubble wrap for next year, so that you guys can play out your Deshaun Watson fantasy. And then once that's over, and then you realize that Shedeur Sanders should have been the starter all along, then you could throw Tate out there.
George, in Kuiper's latest mock draft, he had the Eagles taking Clemson offensive tackle Blake Miller in the first round.
Anthony, your offense wasn't that hot. Now I get Daniels missed a lot of time last year. But he does need some weapons too. He can't do it all himself or he's going to keep getting hurt.
Need some long-term weapons.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Mekhi Lemon. If he got Mekhi Lemon, it might be a wrap. You know how many times I saw Mekhi Lemon just get open on long developing plays, the same plays that Jaden Daniels can create from just escaping out of the pocket, and evading defenders.
Yeah, I'd say if Mekhi Lemon went over to the Commanders, I wouldn't be happy. So yeah, George Kuiper did a 2-round mock release 3 days ago. He has Blake Miller going to the Eagles in round 1, and then Georgia tight end Oscar Delp going to the Eagles in round 2. I don't think Delp is a second-round talent. So Blake Miller is an interesting one. He's a first-round talent. He's probably got more experience. He's got way more experience than Monroe Freely. Freely was only a starter last year, but he's got so much potential that people think he could develop into like a really, really, really good tackle. Blake Miller would be kind of the safe pick. Like, you kind of know what you're getting already.
Yeah, I mean, he broke Clemson's career snaps record, so you know he's available. Relatively healthy guy. I mean, you can't complain about that.
Played a lot of football.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony does make a good point, Ty. Like, yeah, Lemon's nice, but
They could find a wide receiver late. That is true.
maybe Elijah Surratt.
Please shut up. No.
All I know is that next week is going to be absolutely bananas. With that being said, guys, just want to give you all one last little announcement. This week coming up is a very, very busy week coming up for 609 Sports Talk Radio. So just to give you guys a heads up, Monday, unbiased. Hold on a sec. What's George say? The idiots has the Browns trading with the Cowboys. Oh, God. The Browns and Cowboys making a trade. Wow. If I've ever want to seen that before. But guys, just a heads up about how next week's going to go. Monday, 7 p.m., unbiased, draft preview. We'll give our draft preview. We'll talk about the Will Anderson contract. We'll talk about the quarterbacks in this year's draft, not named Fernando Mendoza. Oh, Anthony, Pittsburgh. That's a good question. I could see Pittsburgh, unfortunately. He'll go from one Pennsylvania purgatory to another.
No. Let McCarthy get his hands on another young quarterback to mold.
Yeah, let him have Ty Simpson.
Oh, jeez.
I'd like to see Drew go to L.A.
I would too. I think that's perfect landing spot for him.
Let him actually have some real coaching for the first time in his life. I'll get to that on Monday, though.
And no pressure, too.
No, just sit behind a future Hall of Famer while he develops freaking you into the next starter. You're going to come in with Puka Nacua and apparently Omar Cooper Jr.
Yeah, and apparently Omar Cooper, so you know it works out, right?
But guys, before we get out of here, unbiased Monday, 7 p.m., draft preview. Tuesday night, DA After Dark, George, Zolt, myself, we return for the first time in many weeks. We'll be on Tuesday night over on their Facebook and social media's pages, doing our stuff over there. Wednesday, Dustin and I heading home, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Wednesday. Thursday night, complete live reaction to night 1 of the NFL draft. Friday, complete reaction to night 2 of the NFL draft. So we'll have Unbiased carrying both those shows. So you'll have Unbiased on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, heading home on Wednesday, and DA After Dark on Tuesday. It's going to be a very busy week for 609. But guess what? That's what we're here for. We thrive off this kind of stuff. With that being said, Tyler, have anything else to talk about before we call it a night?
As always, go Birds.
Always go Birds on a Friday night. Okay, guys, thank you so much for everybody who tuned in tonight. Thank you, everybody who was throwing the comments in there over on the Facebook, over on the YouTube. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Once again, we thank you guys for always picking us for your sports talk. We know there's so many places out there you could go to, but you guys continue to choose us. We greatly appreciate every single one of you. Like we said, busy week next week. It's NFL draft time, guys. let's have a heck of a week. So, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Have a good weekend, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.
Sam, what did you